Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Up the Gut, your favorite or most hated show about your favorite or most hated sport. Either way, you love us or hate us, and we're in your mouth and on your minds. That's all that matters, baby. Welcome back. You have our host, David Big Sexy Lopes, and Brandon, I don't know what the fuck's going on, Higgins. Here we are, doing it again, another round. Again, kick it off in the off season. This will be my background for a little bit until I fall in love with a beautiful, sexy man at the combine, and I just like, oh, come here.
Next Baker Mayfield.
Just clean off my face or a place for them to sit. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, welcome back. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for following. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for whatever the hell you guys are doing, and that's awesome. We love to hear from you guys, too. If you guys want to comment anything you guys want our opinion on, anything like that, we will be happy to answer fan questions. And speaking of fans, Lopes and I are going to start an OnlyFans so that you guys can see all of our sexiness. It's just going to be us holding fans. It's going to be great. It's going to be beautiful.
Yep.
Whether that be ceiling fans, little AC fans, or you people. We find you guys and we hold you in the air. These are our fans.
Yes. Now, don't make it weird because we're only going to be holding fans.
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
Yes. That's it. It's going to be beautiful. I'll be wearing a fan while I hold a fan. It's going to be good. I'm going to dress as a fan. Anyways, let's kick it off. What do you got for us for our Yell at Fuck Mel?
Yell at Mel. It's a little one, it's just more of a gripe. People say, oh, you're just jealous, because I'm old and shit like that.
It's above average.
It depends. It's winter.
Also, this is not booze. This is cranberry juice. This is cran grape. I'm not an alcoholic yet, but that's cran grape.
Yeah.
Just want that known.
Listen, he's a Cowboys fan, and he hates the Patriots, and they just went to the Super Bowl. So yes, he's an alcoholic.
My asshole has a yeast infection. That's why I need to fucking drink it. Yeah, we're recording. What's up?
So the Georgia high school players, a lot passed. Now they're going to be able to make money off of their NIL. So you're going to have 17, 18-year-old kids, parents signing those contracts, and they're going to be rolling up in cars making more money than the people teaching them. I mean, the NIL is just getting so fucking out of hand. It's ridiculous. I mean, we're beating a dead horse. It's not going to go anywhere. The only thing that I can hope is that they start building parameters and structure it better to where it's not just a fucking Wild West. This kid can't go out and rent a car. He can't buy booze. He can't vote. But his bank account's bigger than mine is ever going to be because right now he's a stud. So to me, it's just getting way out of fucking hand with all this NIL shit.
Yeah, I don't get that being able to pay high schoolers. I mean, you don't even know if they're going to pan out. A lot of times, we got this 5-star, and then he ends up transferring 4 times because he just can't get it.
Mm-hmm.
You have the 5-star Bryce Underwood from Michigan. I don't care what you paid that man. He was not good. He was not worth the money you paid him. I don't care how desperate you were for a quarterback. There were so many guys that were better. He wasn't worth it. So I don't like, oh my God, he was so good. No, he wasn't. He wasn't that good. He wasn't worth the money. If you're a pay him in high school, that's even worse. I don't like it. It's getting too crazy. At this point, why even have them play college? Just let them go straight to the NFL. Fuck it. Just do what the basketball does. They have to play 1 fucking year and then they can leave. You fucking might as well just do that.
Yep.
It's not making any fucking sense because these salaries are getting out of hand that you're paying a quarterback realistically about 5 years now to be at your school.
Mm-hmm. So they estimate, inside the article I read, they estimated that the number one recruit coming out of the state of Georgia could command $100,000 in his senior year.
It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any fucking sense. My Yell at Mel has to do with the NFL offseason and these stupid fucking mock drafts that everyone fucking makes. Even these quote-unquote professional analysis, whatever the hell you want, like ESPN, NFL Network, fucking Fox, my nuts. I don't know where the hell these guys are coming up with them, but you should have to pass an IQ test in order to come up with these mock drafts because they don't make any fucking sense. On top of
Right.
these stupid fucking trades. Like, oh, ESPN came with this trade. A.J. Brown for your 7th round pick. How do you guys feel about that? Who the fuck would even do that anyways? Why is that even a question? What are we doing? What? Stop. Just fucking stop. I don't care if it's satire. I don't care if it's like, oh, just for the lulz or clicks or whatever. This is coming from like ESPN and all that stuff. Like, oh, this Yahoo came up with this trade. What do you guys think? No, nobody thinks anything good because it's bad. Why are we even asking? Who the fuck came up with this? Your 2-year-old? What the fuck are we doing? Throw balls in a bucket, and that's the picks they get. Oh, they end up with a 5th in 5 years for Justin Jefferson. He's going to the Raiders.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, what about Justin Jefferson for a 5th? That's crazy, right? What if they did that? Shut the fuck up. That's what you say to your drunk friend, or you're like, I'm on Madden, be like, I traded Justin Jefferson for a 5th round pick because fuck him. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Unfortunately, all these guys like Daniel Jeremiah, I sent him to you today. Like, yeah, I know, I shit myself when I first saw it. But all these fucking guys, they're college educated. And just because, nothing against DJ, from what I understand, he's a really nice guy. But like you said, you kind of need to like sit there and say, DJ, are you posting this because this is what you believe, or are you posting this to try and get likes and money and all this other shit? Because that's the only thing that makes fucking sense. He had number 1, of course, Mendoza. You can't fuck that up. And then he had David Bailey going number 2 to the Jets. And that, I'm not gonna lie, I like Bailey better than I like Ruben Bain or Mesdor or really anybody else at the end position. But I don't like him better than fucking Caleb Downs, who's also available at number 2.
Mesdor is like going to be 25 years old when the season starts. I'm not taking him in the first 3 rounds. I don't care what season he had. He's a grown man. He should have been in the NFL 2-3 years ago. I'm not taking him in the first 3 rounds. Someone else have it. You get him for 1 contract, and that's it. And he's on the decline, even if he fucking gets anything at all. You mean that 22, 23-year-old that had, I don't know, 3 less sacks or whatever, production wasn't as great. I at least have 2 or 3 extra years of development and a 2nd contract with this guy that he's still in his prime. Stupid. Fucking retarded. And I don't know why they would take Bailey 2 anyways when they love McDonald and they love Jeremiah Johnson. They have 2 fucking guys they took. And like they didn't trade them because they wanted to keep him. What are we going to add Bailey for? You don't have a D tackle.
Right.
Caleb Downs apparently is like, oh, the next Brian Dawkins and shit, but you're not going to take him. You're going to take some. Fuck if I know. Anyways, we're going to get a lot more into that considering the Combine starts next week. Woo! Giddy.
Yes,
I can't wait.
Yes, sir.
But this week, we'll go over some news. Go over the head coach changes, some notable ones. People probably already know. Obviously, it's a little bit later because coaches start changing hands as soon as the season fucking ends. But we're going to give our take a little bit like that and maybe some free agency stuff and everything like that. So head coaching-wise, there were 10 vacancies. 10. Boom, boom. Big Lopsy called it when he said there'd be, I think there'd be about 10 vacancies. We got to like 6 or 7, and then they just started rolling off. And I was like, all right, there we go. Got the big old 10. It's crazy. The one thing that he's good at life.
A couple of coaches wrong, but yes.
Yeah, he got a couple coaches wrong. He also got where new coaches were going to go wrong all the time. But he did call the number of how many head coaching vacancies are going to be there. Got to give him some credit where it's due. I mean, there we go.
I got to grab something.
So first one, Bills. Sean McDermott was fired. Crazy. I mean, they kept making the playoffs and everything like that. Couldn't get over that hump. Now they promoted Joe Brady. Their offense coordinator from the last couple of years. I don't know how long he was there, but he was their offense coordinator last year. They did interview Phillip Rivers, who actually had a legitimate shot at being the head coach, but the GM was like, only if you're all in. So Rivers took some time, and he went back, and he's like, it's just not the time. I can't be all in as much as I'd love to do this. Rivers was honest. But I feel like if that interview went so well, obviously the NFL and everyone holds him in high regards. When the time is right, he'll either be a coach or something with someone's front office like Matt Ryan is right now, and they're going to figure something out for him. He's a very high IQ guy, obviously. He knows what the hell he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. Maybe not putting the shoulder pads on anymore. That would be good. But, a coaching job, it'd be crazy for him to go straight to head coach. That'd be crazy. But, he did it in high school. So, here we go.
You know what? He's more qualified than Jeff Saturday was when the Colts decided to make him the head coach.
That's very. I forgot that they did that. They did that full redo.
Oh, yeah. Only
I
my
forgot they
fucking
did
team,
that.
right?
Anyways, Cardinals fired their head coach, Gannon. He's gone. Gave him a couple seasons. They gave him a shot, and it just never panned out. The defense wasn't there, and he was a defensive-minded guy. I think it was time to move on. He also had to deal with Kyler Murray, so he had a bit of a handicap. But the handicap ran out because that handicap's going to be leaving too. They have Mike LaFleur, the Rams offense coordinator, is now their new head coach. Which, you're the offense coordinator for the Rams, and Sean McVay is your head coach. You're kind of just there at that point because Sean McVay is really calling the shots. I mean, like, you get the experience, you do what you got to do, and you get the kind of system that you want to run. You help run basically Sean McVay's system. You did it well enough to get a head coaching job. So there's that.
Get a job at it. Yeah.
So there's that. Falcons hired Kevin Stefanski, the Browns head coach, because they saw enough that they were like, "That's our guy. He's really good with quarterbacks. We need him." They fired Raheem Morris after I don't know how many seasons he was there. I don't know how many.
He's there a couple years.
It was a couple.
Yeah.
Just didn't pan out again. I mean, this year they had high expectations. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Kirk Cousins comes in.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot better than when Penix was in, which was crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that was the straw because Penix was his guy. And now we have a new guy in here, Stefanski, who is great with quarterbacks. That's going to be fun. Also, they don't have James Pierce probably ever again. And they don't have a first this year because of James Pierce ever again. So here we go. Great situation for Stefanski. I'm sure he's excited. Browns have a new head coach, Ton Munkin, the Ravens offense coordinator. Crazy he's going from Lamar Jackson to Sanders and Watson. He wanted Sanders. They were going to draft him. Sanders said no. Sanders said, "No, I don't want to back up Lamar Jackson. Why would I want to do that?" Well, you know what? Munkin ended up with him anyways in Cleveland. But apparently Watson's going to be competing for that job too. I don't know. It's great. They also, the only reason why he's the head coach is because everyone else told the Browns to go fuck themselves. Especially Mike McDaniel, when he was supposed to go out there for an interview, on his way there, he was like, "No," and went to fucking the Chargers. Because they make you write an essay about whatever, like you're in high school. I don't...
A minimum 5 pages. Oh, by the way.
I'm going to be completely honest here, and you can take my college degree away if you need to. I have never written a 5-page essay in my entire life. You might as well take my high school degree away too, because I never wrote any of my fucking papers. You know why? That shit fucking sucks. I don't want to do that.
More of an oral guy.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to write a 5-page paper. I'll write like notes like this, like little hash marks and stuff. I'm not writing a 5-page essay and then if I need citations. Fuck that. You might as well just give me a fucking F. I don't know what the hell I'm doing citations. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I just wrote what they wrote. It's that guy. He wrote it. I said it cooler. What do you want from me?
Give me an F+ because I'm going to save you time. Just not do it.
Yeah, I'm just going to save you time. I'm not fucking writing it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go somewhere else. The Raiders, new head coach, Clint Kubiak, the Seahawks offense coordinator. If you notice a trend here, there's a lot of offensive coordinators that got jobs this year. Coming from the Seahawks, Raiders, full rebuild right now. Looking like Mendoza. Even though, if I'm being honest, I'm going to try to trade it to somebody who wants Mendoza because I don't want Mendoza when I need everything. You're going to get the kid killed.
Everything except tight end.
Yeah, a tight end. You're going to need DN because Crosby doesn't want to go through another fucking rebuild.
Yep.
You need everything except the greatest tight end in the league right now. That's fucking Brock Bowers. And he's going to die because you're going to use him too much. It's a rough start for Kubiak. I don't know how it's going to turn out. We're going to see. I mean, you got to give them a chance. Hopefully, we'll talk about who's not going to have that much of a chance. Dolphins, new head coach, Jeff Hafley. The Packers DC.
Mhm.
They saw the Packers give up so many points to the Bears in the playoffs to lose that game that the Dolphins were like, we want to do that for Josh Allen. Get the fuck over here. I can't wait to let everyone else do the same thing to us that just happened to you guys in the playoffs. You had the game, and then you gave up a lot of points to make sure that you didn't. I really love that. So that's why he got the job. They liked how well he loses games with his defensive mind. That he's like, cool.
Everybody's got a kink. We don't
they are
shame
also
here.
just fucking wiping the floor over there. The only remaining player on that offense that I see getting cut would probably benefit them as Tua because they got rid of Hill. They also got rid of Bradley Chubb. They're also trying to trade Minkah Fitzpatrick, who they literally just got back last year. So they're in a full rebuild. Yep. You got a defensive-minded head coach with a defense that doesn't have a pass rusher and is not going to have a safety now.
Yeah, they don't rush the pass very well. They also don't stop the run very well. But other than that, they're good.
They also don't throw the ball well because they don't have a quarterback.
No, they don't.
So that's gonna be interesting.
No, they don't.
Giants.
They don't catch it very well.
Yeah.
They don't block very well.
They run the ball. They do run the ball.
They do. That's it. Yeah.
Achane
will
will die. Achane will die.
By week 4.
Yeah. Giants' new head coach, John Harbaugh, was the Ravens' head coach. Now, interesting fact about this one, in Harbaugh's contract, the Ravens had it so that if he wanted to just go, not coach for a couple years, just sit on the beach and do nothing, he was going to get paid to do that. He was going to get paid to do they were going to pay him not to coach. They were like, if you just don't have to coach, we'll pay you not to coach. And he opted to go to the Giants and not miss a beat and just go and do that. So I don't know if that speaks volumes to Harbaugh just wanting to keep coaching and win, or it speaks volumes to what he thinks about the Giants could possibly be with what he saw last year. I don't know.
Not either of those two.
What do you think it is? What do you think it is?
He's 60-2. You take a couple years off out of the cycle of the NFL. Now you're in your mid-60s. The last contract that he signed is going to be the last one he's ever going to see.
Well, we saw Pete
That
Carroll.
was his motivation. Yeah, and Pete Carroll just lasted 1 year in Vegas.
Well, that's why I think he took the opportunity with the Giants, because the Giants are a great opportunity to come into. As much as I fucking hate it, because the Giants have a shot to actually turn this fucking ship around of the fucking clusterfuck and dumpster fire that they have been for so many years, and it was the greatest thing. Mm-hmm. It was just, oh my God, it was you had to be there, and everyone was, and it's been amazing. Well, there's a shot that they can turn it around. One of them is staying healthy. They got to stay healthy, and then they have a real shot. Because if you can keep Dart from dying from concussions, keep Neighbors on the field, who I don't think is going to be as explosive this next year as he will the following year because of the ACL. Guys who tear their ACL, they say it takes about 2 years to get up to that 100% of where you were. So he's going to be a little wonky. So they got to get another wide receiver to pair with him. I don't know if they keep Slayton or what the hell they do. But then Scatterboo was already working out after he could walk and everything, getting him back. Mm-hmm. Your defense is okay, except for the secondary, which needs a little bit of work. But you aren't in a situation where, like, you're the Raiders, where you need everything. You don't need everything. You already have your quarterback. Right. You have your running back. You have a number one wide receiver. You have your pass rushers. Your linebackers are okay, but your secondary is kind of like, but you can fix that. They have money. They don't have to pay a quarterback because they have him for another 3-4 years, depending on when they want to give him an extension.
Which we'll get more into when we do the rankings and stuff, too, so...
Yeah, it was. I think that's the only reason why he went is because of that. Steelers hired Mike McCarthy, who was unemployed, and his last job was a Cowboys head coaching job. He didn't do anything last year. He didn't want to coach last year. The Steelers wanted the guy because he's from fucking Pittsburgh, and they're like, bring in the fat white guy because the black guy wasn't doing it. So we're bringing the fat white guy to do this and just bring nostalgia because he's from Pittsburgh. If they don't have a winning season this year, the Steelers fans are going to be like, fuck, we miss Mike Tomlin. and that's what it's going to be.
Someone's saying it now, so.
That's what it's going to be. I mean, you're going to go from consistently having a winning record and being on the fringe of the playoffs to, I don't know, having a good pick I mean, it might be good to have a good pick because then you're not stuck in quarterback hell of having to pick up Aaron Rodgers or some shit like that in a quarterback class that's going to be better than this year, next year. Well, we said that last year. It keeps fucking changing the way that the dynamic of the NCAA is going. At quarterback classes, it may look good. We don't know how it's going to be until mid-season of the NCAA season because that's what happened this year. It just wow, holy crap! And we still don't know who is actually going to be in the fucking combine because now the guy from Tennessee, he's going to be at the combine for 2 days because he's still fighting to get back into the NCAA, but he doesn't want to lose his chance in the NFL if they keep denying him. So technically what he's doing is he's only going to go for 2 days because if you go for 2 days, you don't lose your eligibility for the NCAA apparently.
Yeah, he's going to meet with some teams, get some face-to-face time. From what I understand, he's not going to touch a football, and that's going to be his time in Indy.
I mean, if he has to, he'll do everything at his pro day. I mean, it's a business decision.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to be anything more than like a fucking day 3 pick, anyways. I don't think he's not anything special.
Yeah. But that means he'll make more money in college than he won the.
Yeah, whatever. And then we got the Titans. They went full bald with their entire coaching staff. They went bald and they changed their fucking logo to be bald along with it. You got Robert Saleh, 49ers defense coordinator. I said he was going to get another shot at being a head coach. Did not think it was going to be the Titans this year. I thought it'd be like one more year because he just came a year off of being a head coach and it went very poorly at the Jets and he was back with the 49ers and then, all right, well, you know what? Let's get back into it with the Titans, who aren't that great of a situation either, but here we are. Good for him. Glad for him. It might go better because it's not the fucking Jets. And you don't have to deal with Woody, whatever the fuck his face is, the owner of that fucking team. Some other notable moves, like I mentioned, Mike McDaniel was the Dolphins head coach. Had a lot of interest from teams because of the way he is. The Browns were definitely going to give him the keys to the kingdom. Didn't want to write an essay. I don't know who the fuck would except for Munkin because he was, here we go. He's the Chargers offensive coordinator now, which I think can be really good for both McDaniel and the Chargers offense. He has a very creative mind. His offense is great. I like it. Tua kind of, whether he says it or not, hindered that a lot with his ability to push the ball down the field and not throw the ball 10 seconds sooner than when Tyreek Hill came out of his fucking break because he can't get the ball there in time. He now has a big arm quarterback who can actually push the ball down the field. You have a receiver that you can use intermediately with McConkey. Johnson realized he owns hands. They have Gadsden at tight end. You have Hampton at running back, and you get both your tackles back, Alton Slater. Your offense is looking pretty good. I think at this point, you pull a Cowboys and you draft an interior offensive lineman this year and fix that because your defense was really fucking good last year. They were getting Herbert fucking killed every goddamn week, and he was hating his life. If it wasn't for Madison Beers, he'd probably fucking retire. Speaking of being bald with the Titans, Brian Daboll is now with the Titans as the offense coordinator. He was the head coach of the Giants, got his shit canned, and he's out of there. He finally gets a quarterback that I think would marry if he could, if Jackson Dart was interested, but he was not apparently. And now he's with the Titans. So we're going to see how that goes. We're going to see if he really loves Cam Ward as much as he loves Jackson Dart. I don't think that's possible, but good luck. Jim Schwartz, Browns defense coordinator, he resigned or quit. I don't know, whatever way you want to call it. He said, fuck you guys. You guys, fucking, I'm done. They didn't give him the head coaching job. No one else wanted it. Everyone's turning it down. Jim Schwartz is like, I'm right fucking here. Give me the fucking job. The defense is what kept them in any games last year whatsoever. And they pass him over for Munkin, and he's like, fuck you guys. Well, the Browns are like, oh, our main focus is making sure we keep Jim Schwartz this year. Well, you could have fucking did it if you just kept him as your head coach. I don't know why you think passing him over 40 times and then he's going to stay is going to do that. I don't blame him. Some might see it as like, oh, throwing a tantrum. I'm not throwing a tantrum. You said I was important, and you wanted to keep me. And then you don't care enough to give me the coaching job that I want to keep me. So you don't like me that much. I'm just going to leave. Mike Tomlin just resigned. He said, I'm just stepping down. He's not coaching this year. He's not doing anything. Who knows if he coaches next year? He needed a break from the goddamn fucking Steelers fans and just the hell that he's been put through. He's like, I keep fucking winning. This is what you guys hand me. I'm winning. What do you want me to do? You give him fucking 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers who needs a fucking walker to even scramble out of the pocket at this point in his career. Yeah, I'm going to fucking resign too. Jonathan Gannon, back to being a defense coordinator with the Packers, back where he belongs. He is not an inspirational coach. He is not someone you want to listen to. I saw his first ever introduction to the team, and it was, hey guys, are you guys ready to win? Who's ready to win? Raise your hand. It wasn't good. It was. If I'm sitting there and be like, fuck, dude, this fucking guy.
This is 3 years of my fucking career.
You're gonna pay me for this fucking shit? Oh my god. Thank God I just signed a huge contract and you guys are locked into me. I don't have to do anything. Trade me. I'm going to play bad enough that you guys fucking trade me because I can't play for this fucking guy. Raheem Morris is now the 49ers defensive coordinator, going from the head coach of being the Falcons. They needed someone. They picked up Morris, and here we go. He's got a good defense. He's inheriting a great defense over there. As long as they find a different practice field, they might all stay healthy. And then Sean McDermott, Bills head coach, taking a break. I don't think anybody picked him up. I don't think he's doing anything this year. I think he's also in the Tomlin era of his life where he's like, I'm just fucking tired of like getting to a certain point, us losing for whatever reason, and then you guys wanted to cut my balls off. I need a fucking break. He actually, believe it or not, had long golden blonde hair before he was the Bills head coach. And then by the time it ended, he lost it all, and he's trying to regain that back. He's going on a retreat to Switzerland, and they are going to get his hair back. He's getting hair transplants. None of that is true, by the way. But you never know. If it happens, you heard it here first, people. Exactly. That's all it means. And that's all I got on these head coaching changes and balls and whatever.
Yeah, and you know, I can't have a list in front of me without ranking them for whatever reason, whether it be, you know, ex-girlfriends or NFL teams or just, you know, colors in front of me. Like, I like red the best, but blue is a close number 2. I have to do it. So we'll start at the very bottom, number 10. I don't think it's any surprise to anybody that Cleveland, Todd Monken, and you said it earlier. Literally everybody passed over Cleveland for this. And now you didn't know this, but I actually have a copy of the essay that Mike McDaniel wrote into them. And I'm going to share it here now. Mind you, I'm not a wordsmith. Okay, so I'm going to have to pronounce some of these things, just sound it out. Now, mind you, this is from Mike McDaniel. He wrote it on the plane that diverted straight to the West Coast. It says, "Dear Cleveland Browns, no, fuck you." Signed Mike McDaniel.
I'm Mike McDaniel.
So, yes. And like you said, fucking Jim Schwartz is sitting there like a simp. Just everybody knows this.
He's dude. In the fucking.
They're hung
chair.
Up on. Yeah, like. Everybody knows a dude who's hung up on a girl who will do everything for her, even though she passes him over for douchebag after douchebag. And
he's Forrest Gump.
He's Forrest fucking Gump. Yeah,
Jim Schwartz is Forrest Gump. I love you, Cleveland.
Yeah. So, needless to say, they are number 10. Number 9 is Arizona. 4. I mean, you're getting a defensive-minded guy. Defense really wasn't – it was an issue, but to me it wasn't the biggest issue. Plus, you're in Arizona. Seattle, San Francisco, and the Rams are in your division, and you're on the cusp of a fucking rebuild. That's not an attractive job for me.
It's a rebuild. There ain't no cusp. Yeah. Shit.
Well, we'll see. Number 8 is Miami with Jeff Hafley. Like you said, he's another one that I'm just surprised got a head coaching job. Yes, he might be smart. Yeah, he might be a great defensive coordinator. But it's not like the Packers defense has never been like one of those like, oh, the defense has been solid all year. You know, they're carrying the team, this, that, and the other thing. And then he gets signed to Miami where they are going to be in a rebuild. They haven't been to the playoffs in fucking forever. I think they're in the group of like 4 or 5 teams that have only their drought is longer than only the Jets. It's really bad, and you went over some of the guys that they've released, some of the 4 guys that they traded for and gave up draft capital for, signed a big contract. They're getting rid of them. They're going to have to cut the whole team, and now you bring this guy in. I don't know. To me, that's not very good. Um, and then this is the 4 that shows up to the party, and you just want to take her home because she has all of her teeth. Um, this is Vegas for me. Um, Clint Kubiak's a really good coach. I think he proved that in the Super Bowl run. And Vegas does have Brady, who's going to be able to look at what's his name, Mark Davis, yeah,
Yeah.
and just look at him and say, "Stop being retarded." Stop.
Well, he
And
should
then he's
take
going
him
to
to his
flash all the
barber
rings.
and fix his fucking hair. while he's
Yeah,
at it, too.
exactly.
Stop going to the same barber you've been going to since you were 3. Let's get you a
Yes.
fucking real haircut. Take the bowl off your head and let's fucking go. I'm a beautiful man
Mark
now.
Davis.
Be a beautiful man with me.
Listen, Mark Davis looks like that with that haircut. Tom Brady gets a hold of that dude, he turns into John Gruden. I'm just saying. And then he has a couple things to build around, but still, you have the Broncos in your division. You have the Chiefs in your division. That, I mean, say what you want about them being on the crest of where they're going to be. They're still going to be formidable.
They do have. I forgot to put this down there. They have Eric Benemy back, their offense coordinator.
Yeah.
So
they still have Spags. Like it's.
The
and we didn't even mention the Chargers. So. Number 6 for me is Mike McCarthy with the Steelers. The division is bad. I mean, Cleveland, Baltimore, like they just changed their head coach as well. And then you have Cincinnati. That's always going to be Cincinnati. I'm sorry, Bengal fans, but you're always going to be.
It's the owner's fault. It's fucking owner's fault.
It really is. And until he sells the team, and apparently he owns the Cincinnati Reds, and he runs it just the same exact way. And they have a player here or there, and then they just shift it there.
Yeah. He runs a business more than he runs a team. That's what it is.
100%. Oh, absolutely. Number 5 for me is Robert Saleh with the Tennessee Titans. Again, that division is bad in my opinion. You have Jacksonville.
What was that name?
Robert Saleh.
It's Saleh.
Is it?
Yeah. It's Robert Saleh.
I heard it from those educated people on the ESPN, and they said Saleh. So I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to give him some flair.
I don't know. I always heard it as Robert Saleh.
I don't know. I'll have to give him a call after the show.
Please do. I'd love to know how to pronounce his name. I'll rub his bald head if I'm wrong. That's crazy.
Yes. Yeah. So they're part of the Chrome Dome group, and that division's not great. I mean, the Colts, trust me, they're on the verge of just fucking dying. The Texans supposedly have had some talks about what they could get for C.J. Stroud. Who knows if Jacksonville's actually going to be a thing in year 2. So he has some pieces to build around, and they're going to have a couple of high picks this year. Probably have some high picks next year, so they can add some pieces to make it pretty formidable. Number 4, I put Buffalo with Joe Brady. I like the offense is staying the same, especially in this part of Josh Allen's career. It's probably not a great idea to change the shit around on him and have him learn a new system and all of that. So I do kind of like that, but New England's already passed you. This was your year. I mean, we talked about it weeks ago. This is Josh Allen's year to make it to the Super Bowl. If he doesn't make it this year, when? So we'll see about that. The bronze medalist in honor of the Olympics that I haven't watched a single second of besides figure skating. Now I know that this is going to be controversial, especially with some of the Giant fans, but John Harbaugh at number 3. I thought he should go to Atlanta. To me, that is a better job. And
do you still think that after the whole James Pierce thing? And
yeah. Just to me, I take a step and look back, and yes, the James Pierce thing and not having a first round pick this year is horrible. I get that. I take that into consideration, yes. But if I'm taking a look at just the rosters, besides the D line for the Giants, Their defense is garbage. Their O line has been extremely hit or miss. John Michael Schmitz from the center, the second round pick, he's supposed to be like their anchor in the middle. He has not been great. They have a revolving door to right tackle spot. I don't even know who the fuck their guards are. That's how bad they are. Their tight end is Theo Johnson. We'll just leave that one right there. You have one receiver that's worth a damn. He's coming off a torn ACL. You have a running back that thinks he's juggernaut, wants to use his head to open everything, and then you have a quarterback that and not that I'm bashing Jackson Dart for this, because a lot of young quarterbacks, especially when they're used to using their legs, that they don't really learn. I just hope he learns to slide, get down, get out of bounds, live, that 1 or 2 yards, in the second quarter of the fourth game of the year. It's not worth taking that huge hit. Just get down, live to play another goddamn day. And Harbaugh's 62 years old, and New York media is fucking awful. Yes, I mean, he had some with Baltimore, but this is New York. Besides LA, I really don't know any tougher media on coaches. And just look at the division. The Cowboys can hang 50 on you. You have the Eagles, who they're still built to win. They just need a quarterback. Washington's supposedly up and coming. And then if you went to Atlanta, who's he competing with? Tampa? They're going to be changing their head coach next year. Carolina, if they extend Bryce Young and it doesn't work out, now they're stuck with this young quarterback, and they're going to end up firing their head coach.
Yeah, but
what I'm saying? And then the Saints,
you go to Atlanta, you have to get a quarterback. Penix isn't it. Yeah. I don't care. Now, right. You have to pay Bijan.
Yeah.
You have to pay Kyle Pitts. You have to pay Drake London. There's 3 huge contracts right there.
I would let Pitts go.
I would not.
I absolutely would.
I don't know who you're going to get to replace that.
I mean, his production hasn't been great. I mean,
his production actually went up drastically once Cousins was in. Yeah. And they stopped just force-feeding Drake London because Drake London was out. Once Drake London came back and Cousins stayed in there and he actually could read the field and distribute it, Pitts' production was still sky high. I mean, before that, he was dealing with Arthur Smith, who's retarded. So, that didn't help. That didn't help. I think what we saw towards the end of the Falcons season is what they always thought Pitts could be, and then they found a way to unlock it, and I think that stays unlocked at this point because they know that, okay, he can do it.
Let me ask you this, because clearly Kirk Cousins isn't going to be there. Clearly Penix isn't the future.
No.
You can only sign 2 of the 3. What 2 are you signing?
I'm signing Bijan and Pitts. I'm letting Drake London go. I don't give a shit. He's not to me. He's not winning against top corners. He's not. He will always be either a number 2 or like a 1A, 1B. He's not going to be your CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson or shit. I'm not paying him CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson money. Then Pitts will beat your top linebacker, whatever the fuck it is. He just has to catch the fucking ball, which he finally learned how to do. And Bijan is fucking Bijan. I know what I'm getting out of these two. If a team decides to shadow Drake London, he's gone. He disappears.
So the only thing that I will say to that is, when all you have to do is focus on one receiver. Do you know who the number 2 was in Atlanta for most of the year? Fucking Ray McCloud. I mean, that doesn't strike fear in anybody. I could cover Ray McCloud.
Well, that's why they have Bijan and Pitts.
So, yeah, I don't know. Pitts was doing well, but even when Pitts does well, it was average numbers. And I understand, he had Arthur Smith and other coaching stuff. I get that. I just think you can find mediocre production elsewhere.
You're getting. If you get a team that has a top corner and they shadow, or I mean, even like upper tier corner, whatever it is, and they decide to shadow Drake London and just take him out of the game, he's literally out of the game. There's not a game last year I saw him go against a top corner or the upper tier corner and him win consistently. He might get 1 or 2 catches or whatever, but it was consistently only getting 1 or 2 catches and he just wasn't in the game at all. So if I'm going to pay you all this money, you have to beat these corners or at least be close to 50% to beating these guys, and you can't just disappear on me. If you're gonna fucking disappear, then disappear off my fucking team, and I'll get somebody who can do it. Because he's not
Get
fast.
him some
He's
help.
your possession guy.
Get him some
He's
help
just
at
big.
receiver. Yeah. Get him a speedy guy in the slot that can stretch the defense, so that Mr. Big, Mr. Non-Speed can do his digs, do his
But
slants,
he didn't
and
even win in
win
the.
those
He didn't even
battles.
win in the red zone. When a top guy was on in the red zone, he didn't even win. Like he put a top guy on anywhere.
Yeah, but he's still the only threat. If they're not running the ball with Bijan and they're throwing the ball, it's going to him. So of course he's not going to be that successful.
Yeah, but that's a horrible take because
see.
we saw what happened even when CeeDee Lamb went down. Pickens was your number one guy. They don't have shit in fucking Dallas, and he had a career year. And then the year before that, CeeDee Lamb's the only wide receiver there, had a career year. So I mean, yeah, you might be the top guy, and we're gonna target you a lot and everything. But if you're gonna disappear when we try to target you, you're not getting this fucking money. Why am I gonna pay you? Like you can't win. Like, if you can't win your battles against top corners, because if you're considered a top receiver, you're going to have these top battles. You're not going to get the number 2 all the time. Yeah, when he was on, like, the number 2 receiver or number 2 corner or the slot guy or whatever the hell they paired him up against, he looked like a fucking monster. It's like, oh, my God, Drake London. Then he goes against, like, Gonzalez or Gardner or something, and they're like, oh, fucking Drake London. So, like, what are you going to do?
The Falcons have $27 million in cash. They can go out and get a mediocre tight end.
They can't because they have to fucking pay Bijan and Pitts and fucking London if they want to keep them.
Yes, but they're not going to keep. They're not going to keep Pitts. They're going to get some cap release from other guys structuring their contracts. They're going to be able to sign. I think they're going to sign 2 or 3. And to me, you let Pitts go. Go have fun on a different team. I wish.
I think that's a bad choice. I'm letting London go. I don't give a shit. I'm letting London go, and I'm getting a receiver. I'm just gonna go get a receiver. I'm gonna go steal Alec Pierce from the fucking Colts, and I'll pay him rather than fucking Drake London.
You shut your mouth when you talk to me.
You tell me right now. Would you rather Alec Pierce or Drake London?
Alec Pierce or Drake London?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Drake London.
Really?
Alec Pierce. Listen.
As your number one guy. As your number
team.
one guy. You're going to take London over Pierce.
Yes. Pierce has barely hit 900 yards in a year.
He just had 1,000 yards.
That's what I said. Barely.
And he was playing with Anthony Richardson before that. No shit, he's not going to fucking get 1,000 yards. And they thought Michael Pittman was Drake London. Michael Pittman isn't shit.
Yeah.
And he got 1,000 yards on like 43 catches or something. Because they mainly use him as a deep threat. He's got the deep threat ability, and he can catch him as a number 1 intermediate if you give him the opportunity.
And he also can't stop fighting referees. So
I'm going Alec
Pierce. It is what it is.
I'm going Alec Pierce as my number 1 because he can do it all. He's tall.
Do you know who
fast.
doesn't? Yeah. Do you know who doesn't have these issues? My number 2 team.
Okay.
Baltimore Ravens.
Well.
Jesse. No, trust me, they don't have any of these issues. Like, we don't have any number 1, so I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
Fair.
The Jesse Minter, defensive coordinator, there's a little asterisk because he was part of that team that got caught cheating. And then he followed Harbaugh to LA, and their defense drastically improved over there. I had never seen Derwin James that happy. And then he ends up getting coached to go there. Baltimore still has a little bit of a window. I think they just need to show up a couple things. Maybe a fresh voice in there will help. And like I said with the Pittsburgh one, it's a bad division. They actually have $22 million in cap, so they can shore up some of their stuff. They have a few picks too. I think they have like 8 or 9 this year that they can use to shore up everything. So I really like that as a silver medalist. And then number 1 in gold, Kevin Stefanski with Atlanta. I still think Atlanta was the best job of these teams, and I understand he's going against a couple of teams that are just garbage. However, Kevin Stefanski took the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs and won a playoff game. That man might as well walk on fucking water. Okay? Who was the quarterback when the Browns won that playoff game?
I don't fucking know.
Because I can't remember.
Maybe it
wasn't Watson, right?
It was Mayfield. I don't know who the fuck it was. Let me actually look. You keep going. I'm gonna look.
So Stefanski's an offensive guy. He did everything he could to just the Browns are known as the mistake by the lake for a fucking reason. And he's sitting there like, I'm really here fighting for my fucking life with, a great defense and my best offensive weapon can't stay healthy. And then they go and they get a young tight end from a MAC school in Harold Fan who looks like he's got a promising career. Receivers that are just they're not good. Jerry Jeudy, he's like you said,
It was
London.
Baker Mayfield.
It was Baker Mayfield. Okay.
Yeah.
So he won with
Baker
Baker Mayfield, yeah.
And they got rid of Baker Mayfield. They decided to get rid of Baker Mayfield.
Exactly. So this is what he is having to work with. And he still succeeded there to a point. I think he's going to do wonders in Atlanta. I'm not saying he's going to win Coach of the Year or anything, but I think he's going to right the ship a little bit. And them going like this is going to be a little bit more steady.
I think it's going to be a rough first year.
Yeah.
For him in Atlanta.
I can see it.
It's going to be rough. We'll see from there. He went from a team that got rid of draft picks to another team that gets rid of draft picks. So we're going to fucking see how that goes. I don't know. I think Harbaugh.
But at least he won't be wearing fucking hunting colors anymore.
Who do you think out of those 10 gets fired first this year?
This year?
It's bound to happen. It happens every fucking year. They hire someone. They get about 4 or 5 games in, and they're like, you fucking suck. We suck. Our fans are pissed. You're gone. Or at least halfway through the season. Or something happens. They don't fire him.
I had to put money on it. Jeff Hafley.
That's exactly what I was fucking thinking.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was fucking thinking, because it's like, you're going to hire this defensive coordinator as your head coach. You're going to get rid of everything, and then you're going to get rid of defensive pieces too. And you're going to have him step in. It's giving Titans vibes like they did last year when they hired Brian Callahan. And it was just, Brian Callahan, here you go. And they were like, Brian Callahan, there you go. And then they just moved on. I think it would be him too. I think he would be the guy. And then if it's not him,
I have my name.
I think it would be LaFleur.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the other one.
That was
The other fucking hires just kind of make too much sense, and especially like some of them fought for them or waited for those guys for so long that I see those two being the weakest links, I guess you'd say, in terms of if new head coaches, who's going to get fired first. One of you two guys, if your team does not perform.
Yeah.
Which is looking like they're not going to perform. So, scapegoat. There we go.
And you know what? Jeff Hafley, the Dolphins, as of this moment, the Dolphins only have $3.1 million in cap room.
Yeah, they're not good. They're not good. They don't even have room to release guys.
It's real bad.
So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if they release them, there's still some dead cap coming their way.
That's what I mean. Is like they hurt themselves even more. So I mean, it doesn't even make any fucking sense. Like releasing Tua,
you're gonna have to trade dudes for less than their value. Like say they just drop a bomb on it and say we're gonna blow everything up, get it down to the studs, and rebuild. But we're gonna have to get rid of Jalen Waddle. Well, Jalen Waddle might be worth third or fourth, but the only team willing to take him is going to give you a sixth, but they're going to eat his salary, which you desperately need.
So
I think they're going to find themselves in those situations.
With Tua as well, if someone's desperate enough for a quarterback and they think that, it was McDaniel, it wasn't Tua, and like, all right, we'll give him to you for a fucking seventh if you take his whole fucking contract. And they do it that way. Or at least like take half so we can do something over here. Because that contract's eating them up a whole shit ton. So, there's a lot of moves to be done. That's it for the head coaches and all of their moves. From our standpoint, when it does everything, we have some free agency stuff, but I mean, we have a top 20 guys. But we were talking, at least half of them are going to get franchise tagged anyways.
Yeah.
So, do you want to give him that list, or do you want to hold off to? Because we have
I mean,
the
we
transition.
can.
We have the tags up until like March 3rd. They have to tag people.
Yeah, and like part of the things that we're talking about, like right now, the number two guy that be on the market is George Pickens, but Dallas is going to tag him.
He's getting tagged or
Um,
traded. He's getting tagged and traded, or he's
yeah,
just getting tagged. He's not going anywhere. He's not hitting free agency. So
and all of these guys that I'm listing have been, it's been come out and they've said, hey, like more than likely they're going to get tagged if they can't reach a deal. George Pickens, Tyler Linderbaum, Daniel Jones, Alec Pierce, Brees Hall, Rasheed Walker, Alante Taylor, Reek Woolen, Mike Evans, and Kenneth Walker. That's a lot of guys. Like if say all of those guys get tagged of some sort, one, two, three, four, five. The inside the top five would be John Franklin Myers, a defensive lineman that last played for Atlanta.
yeah,
You're thinning it out real bad, like real bad.
yeah. It's not very strong right now, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff to happen. I have a little bit like Robert Woods. He retired. Got a 1-day contract with the
Yep.
Rams. He retired. Mahomes freed up $43 million today with the Chiefs by restructuring his contract, so they have money to, I don't know, get out of the red. Um, Pickens, like you mentioned, going to be tagged. There's no question about it. If they can't do a contract, he's
So
going to be tagged.
so yeah, it's funny you say that about Kansas City. They did restructure and they saved money, but they're still $11 million over the cap.
It's crazy. They got 43 million right there, and then they'll restructure some
Yeah.
other guys or whatever they're going to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Evans is coming back this year. He's going to test free agency, so he's not going to be with the Buccaneers. So Egbuka and Godwin are leading receivers there in Tampa Bay. Brees Hall is going to get that transition or franchise tag. I'm sure he's fucking pissed because he did not want to be there after the trade deadline last year. He was almost traded,
Mm-hmm.
but the Chiefs wouldn't give up a third. They'd only give up a fourth, so that's why he was still with the Jets, and he was mad as hell. Tyreek Hill is now released. He's out there, but who knows how much he's going to play this year anyways with a nasty knee injury he had. On top of that, too, they released Bradley Chubb. He's released. So you have a pass rusher out there. Maybe get back to his Pro Bowl prime, but he's 29. So he'll be a situational guy if you need him. And then, like we mentioned, also with the Dolphins is Minkah Fitzpatrick. They're looking to trade him because they don't have money to sign anyone. So they're just going to draft people, I guess. Max Crosby wants out of the Raiders. He doesn't want to do another rebuild, and this all came from them sitting him last year at the end of the year because the game didn't mean anything and he wanted to play, and they told him no, and he's like, well, fuck you guys. So he doesn't want to be a part of that. And like always, stupid shit, they tie the Eagles to getting Max Crosby, and I'm like, I don't know what money they have with this. And what every fucking year, I don't get it. Whatever. Trey Hendrickson is going to be testing free agency as well. He doesn't want to be back with the Bengals. Didn't want to be there last year. They paid him to be there, and he's like, ow, my back. And then he didn't play. Travis Kelce is technically a free agent or whatever. He'll be back with the Chiefs. I don't see him doing free agency. I don't see him retiring. They got the boys back together. I kind of see Tyreek Hill probably going there to get the boys back with Bellamy and the whole fucking thing of Mahomes. And, oh, my God, the boys are back in town. Brandon Ayuk, he'll be in another destination next year. Don't know where the fuck that's going to be. And then I see Cole Kmet being on the move as well. Tight end for the Bears. They love Loveland. Loveland came on huge at the end of the year. I see Cole Kmet being on the move, and he's a good target. He's a good tight end. Maybe he'll end up with the Falcons. They get rid of Pitts, they trade for Kmet. But that's also a big contract he has too. So
Mark Andrews needs to go too. Apparently, Baltimore. I mean, obviously, it's very likely that the Ravens move on from Mark Andrews. Isaiah
no,
Likely,
I heard it's the other way around. I heard they're keeping Andrews, and Likely is going to be doing free agency. Yeah. They're letting Likely go to free agency.
That's just stupid. But
they're letting Likely go to free agency, and Mark Andrews is staying. So that's what's happening. They're letting Likely.
Well, then they deserve everything coming in.
They're letting Likely go. I don't know. It's likely to happen. So
it is likely to happen.
Do you want to do anything else? You have anything else for us? Anything like that?
Nope. We're going to continue to work on the draft. We've booked everything.
Which is next week. Next Tuesday, people. It starts next Tuesday, 24th.
It does. And then they'll do the on-field stuff, so we'll be watching that. We'll be doing our own thing as far as our own scouting reports as well. So we'll be hitting more of the draft, and then we'll be hitting doing our own little mock drafts where we just go back and forth. We may do one where it's like we have to do a consensus pick on each team. We'll play around with a little bit just to change things up. But yeah, from here on out, it's going to be draft until the draft done. Then it's free agency, baby.
Yeah, we'll have some draft stuff next week, considering Tuesday starts it. Wednesday will be one. We'll have to figure out what days the players are doing, which one. I haven't looked into what days or which, because they break it up into positions and everything. But we'll probably having some breakdown of some positions or something next week in terms of the draft. I like to watch all the clips and everything that as much as I can, especially when I have some downtime at work. I watch some stuff there. My lunch break is just all draft stuff. My favorite part is looking at the quarterbacks and defensive line. Those are my favorite ones. I like watching those. So yeah, we're gonna be kicking that off, getting that to you guys, going over all that stuff next week, and any other news that pops up, especially with free agency coming up. It's gonna be a fun time. It's my favorite time of the year. It's his favorite time of the year, and lots of dudes doing dudes, and that's what I love best.
Underwear Olympics, baby.
So please keep liking, keep sharing, keep following, keep subscribing, keep us in your mouth when you talk about anything and anyone, and make sure you tell your friends and your family how beautiful we truly are and how much you love the show Up the Gut, because we're not going anywhere, and we're here to annoy you the rest of your lives, or our lives, whichever one comes first. I don't know. It's a crazy.
Whichever comes last. If I die before you, I'm gonna hunt you.
I will find a way to AI myself after I'm dead if I die before you guys. It'll be Up the Gut AI edition, and it'll just be being annoying.
And then when you murder yourself, I'll be there to escort you to wherever you're going and annoy you. So you're not gonna get rid of us. We're living rent free.
You're stuck. Like, welcome to Up the Gut, and you're like, son of a bitch!
No,
this is my hell. All right, thank you guys so much.
How dare you talk about my college running back playing quarterback in the NFL?
How dare you talk about my favorite player and hate on him all the time? Well, fuck him and fuck Jalen Hurts and fuck Mel Kiper Jr. Thank you guys so much for listening, sharing, following, liking, everything like that. We will be back again next week with another episode of Up the Gut. Bye. I love you.